Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. Johnny here, as always, bringing you the greatest entertainment from film, music, and the world behind the scenes. Sit back, grab yourself a cup of coffee, and we're going to talk about Disney today. Is Disney growing a conscience? Well, let's find out. Let us pray, as I said there. Good morning, everyone. Hope you're all doing well out there. Coming to you live from Nashville, Tennessee. And what I do here is I love to um, give information about the film industry. I'm a filmmaker, I'm a musician. I live in Nashville, Tennessee now. I'm originally from New York City. And I love to give the information that I think is beneficial to filmmakers out there because we want to create more and more filmmakers. I've done 10 films, 10 short films on my own that I've written, directed, cast, shot, and all the other stuff, and submitted to many festivals and had some success with those. And it's just been a wonderful, wonderful joy to be part of it. What I mainly do here, this is where film meets music, industry updates, and the craft behind the scenes. This is where this is your backstage to the art that you love. And we're getting started today talking about Disney. So, Disney has officially pulled the plug on its ambitious AI experiments for Moana and Tron Ares. So, despite nearly 2 years of development and negotiation. So they teamed up with or they were trying to team up with a studio. They were partnering up with AI firm Metaphysic. And check this out. They were going to use deepfake technology. They put somebody else's face on you, right? Deepfake technology that would digitally superimpose Dwayne The Rock Johnson's face onto a body double. The idea was to allow Johnson, who had given his approval, shame on you. I won't tell him that to his face, but definitely, I think I don't know why any actor would do that. But anyway, he gave his approval to appear in scenes even when unavailable. So he could basically be in two places at one time. Now, he gave permission for this. Now, obviously, Dwayne does not need any money, right? He's very successful. He's made it. He's gotten to the highest levels of the industry and all his industries, right? And and it's great. He's a very ambitious guy, very motivational guy, and I like his content. But at the same time, I'm kind of questioning this decision to allow your face to be superimposed on another body double, meaning that you still will get credit for the work, but you will not be there physically. You will not do the work, but you will get credit for the work. There's a certain morality that there's a certain implication that morale is not really, is it ethical? It's not illegal if they both side if all sides allow it. It's not illegal, but is it morally? I mean, are people going to get their money's worth? Are you ripping people off by saying this is me and it's not you? It's somebody else pretending to be you, because your face is where the money is, right? So obviously they want your face. Um, but anyway, here's one of the reasons they did this. So meanwhile, Tron also did the same thing. Was set to feature a groundbreaking AI generated character capable of improvising lines on the fly, acting as Jeff Bridges, a digital sidekick. So he's going to be Jeff Bridges' digital sidekick. Both projects hinted at a bold future where AI could play a creative and logistical role in filmmaking. However, Disney's decision to cancel both ventures speaks volumes about the current crossroads between technology and ethics in Hollywood. Ethics in Hollywood. Doesn't that sound nice? Let's have more of that. Let's have more ethics in Hollywood. How about we do that? One major concern was the legal ambiguity surrounding ownership of AI generated performances and likenesses. Yeah, you think? As there's no definitive legal president right now, precedent, studios risk future litigation over who controls or profits from these digital creations, be it actors, studios, more likely studios, or the tech partners. Yeah, the actor, I guarantee you, will be the least amount that would get the benefit on this. And you know what? He shouldn't, or she shouldn't. They should. They're not there. They're not doing the work. You know who's doing the work? The studios and the AI professionals. They're the ones doing the work. So yeah, they should make most of the money. Now if an actor gives permission, well, the actor, Dwayne Johnson, is he getting paid like he's in the movie, or is he getting paid like he's lending his face to a body? There's just so many questionable things that you can talk about, that you can discuss with this type of technology, that it really makes you wonder how how are they going to eventually. I mean, listen, Hollywood's gonna do it, and I don't mean Hollywood in particularly the area of Hollywood, Los Angeles, in that area there. I'm talking about studios. Studios are going to eventually figure out how to use this, and there's no morality on a lot of these things. You've seen some of the work that they've done. You've seen some of the choices that they've made on on certain things, casting people, you know, all these things that they've done. It's really just a shame that it has to come to this, and it's going to have to get legal at some point. The issue becomes even muckier when you factor in union contracts and residuals, which don't currently account for AI performances in their existing frameworks. Remember, we had a whole SAG after um, backlash with all this AI stuff. Do you remember that? I mean, there was a whole year where actors were on strike. And was it a year? Maybe not a year, but close to a year where the whole thing was going on. And the tragedy of it is that it's not the big famous actors. Dwayne Johnson ain't gonna feel anything. He's not gonna get hurt. It's the working actors, the working filmmakers, the people that are in the grind on a daily basis, that are out there trying to tell their stories with humans. They're the ones that are going to suffer, because they're not going to be able to partner up with a company like Metaphysic, because Metaphysic is a very, very expensive technology company that specializes in AI. They're an AI firm, and they're not cheap. So the small creators, that even if a small creator wanted to do it, they're not going to be able to afford that kind of technology. So this is going to be another thorn in the side of Hollywood, and another just a lot of smaller filmmakers losing ground and losing, and you one step forward, two steps back, basically, for these smaller filmmakers. What are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are. Do you think this is a good technology? Do you think that filmmakers and actors should actually gravitate towards AI companies? Or do you feel that more needs to happen? We're still at the beginning stages of this whole AI craziness, right? And I don't think enough has been done, especially right here. I mean, we know that there hasn't been things done yet, because there hasn't been any president on it yet. There's we still don't know. There's no legal. There's nothing definitive about it as far as legalities go. So we need to make sure that it's either written into the existing framework that we currently have in the system for actors, SAG-AFTRA, and so on, or um, it's just going to get used very little. But I think because of the benefit, why would someone use this? Let's think about that for a second, right? Let's talk about that. Why would any studio use AI? Take a wild guess, right? It's money. It's always money. It's cheap. They can take somebody's face, put them on somebody else's body. The face is where the money is. The body is just some dude who probably will get paid, you know, the lowest union rates you can get to just walk around and pretend. Are people going to take those jobs? Absolutely. Absolutely. It's like being a stunt double. That's what they're gonna call it. Like, well, he's being a stunt double, but he's on camera and he's got somebody else's face. It's so stupid. And he's got like Dwayne Johnson's face on his body. I find it hard to believe why anybody would do this. I don't know, obviously, Dwayne Johnson. I don't know what his reasoning is, but I guess he wants to be on the cutting edge of things, and he thinks, hey, you know what? I can't be over there. I got to be over here. But now, take my face, put it on some dude. I could be over there too now. You know what? Let me do 10 films this year, and I could be in 10 full feature films in 1 year, which is impossible to do unless you're doing just character roles, right? If you're the lead, if you're a Dwayne Johnson, you're always going to be the lead or at least one of the leads, right? It's impossible to do that, but with this technology, it can. So studios will just start cranking out, and there's going to be an actor that does it, and it's going to be terrible. The films are going to be horrible. They're going to be rushed. They're going to be only just to get the money in the door. They're going to be cranked out like they're cranking out chocolate bars at Hershey's. That's what they're planning on doing. So compounding the legal dilemma was the looming threat of public and industry backlash. With SAG-AFTRA gearing up for a new contract negotiations next year, Disney likely feared that any aggressive move into AI territory would spark outrage among actors, many of whom are already wary of being digitally replicated or replaced. While AI continues to evolve rapidly, Disney's cautious retreat may signal a border industry slowdown, at least until the legal, ethical, and emotional stakes are more clearly defined. For now, it seems even the mouse house knows when to pump the brakes. So the good thing about it is that this is a one of the biggest companies in the world for entertainment, Disney. So the fact that they've pulled the plug on these two projects, I think, speaks volumes to how unsure we are of AI, what we don't know, what we don't have any, what there are no rights for the actors, for the performers, and there's so little on this at this point. There's so much that we have to go through, go ask. What are going to be if somebody's face gets superimposed onto somebody else's body, and that film goes out into theaters and makes a lot of money, and then it goes into streaming services and makes money there, and then gets replayed for years and makes money there. Who's making that money? It reminds me a little bit of the Spotify situation, right? And YouTube. So YouTube did something really great where they actually said they are not going to pay for AI videos, these fake AI videos. They're not going to actually pay them, um, and that was a good thing. If you're gonna if you're gonna be a content creator, you gotta create it with humans, and then if you're gonna create it a faceless, let's just say a faceless video, that's also a thing. It's got to be a real voice. It's got to be not AI generated images from start to finish. There's footage out there you can purchase if you want to do that. There's a lot of other ways you can go faceless if you want to do that. If you want to put your face on it, the face should be human. And if it's not human, YouTube's not going to pay you. Great. I love that. Thank you, YouTube, for standing up for creators. Now, Spotify, on the other hand, is on the other coin, on the other side of the coin. They actually allowed a fake band, a completely fake band with videos and photos, and they're like posing, and they're posing in different photos. They're not real. None of these people. The music is not real. They have a whole album, and they're getting millions of streams. Well, who's generating? We know there's no human behind it. Oh, there is humans. They're AI people. Why should they make money off of this, off of these fake music and fake images and fake people and fool people into thinking that they're real? Some people are not going to really, they're going to hear a song, they're going to be, oh, I like this song. And some of the songs, The songs were terrible, terribly written. You can see that they were just grabbing at whatever they were, but they were good enough where someone who's just kind of passively listening would be like, "Oh, I like this song. I like the melody, and I like the chorus, and whatever." And they're not necessarily going to immediately get it. Same thing with AI, images, right? People aren't going to look at it immediately unless you hear them talking. Like some of the shorter videos right now from VO3 and on from Google and others, you can see that they're AI generated because of the way they move. So tell me, what do you think about this? Well, I think it's kind of crazy. Well, okay, back to you. There's a little bit of robotic kind of. They don't know how to behave. They're not human. They don't have the idiosyncrasies that humans have. The little subtleties in acting and in performance. Um, so you can tell that. But with the music, it's going to be much harder. So Spotify has gone the other way with it. They're just, I'm sure there's going to be a music video for this fake band and whatever, but they should also not allow AI, because now if they start making money, do you know how many AI companies are going to just jump at it and just start creating their own fake artists? There is one artist now that was made completely fake. I forget her name, but she's out there right now, putting out music and music videos and all this stuff. She's not even a real person. So AI companies are going to do that, and they're going to push out artists because they have the money to push behind these things, and they understand the technology. They understand how to promote. These AI companies, they're smart. They're smart with technology. They can operate behind the scenes with the algorithms, and they can they know how to manipulate it and get all that stuff in. Everyone else is just out there trying to survive. We have artists now. You make $300 when you have 100,000 streams, and most artists don't get even 100, even 50,000 streams. So they're not making any money. The CEO from Spotify just made a 60 no $6 billion. That's what his net worth is, $6 billion. The artist isn't making any money. They're just manipulating. They're just taking advantage of and manipulating younger artists into thinking that you need to have your music on Spotify or any of these platforms, when in actuality you don't. You can actually create your own channel. You can create your own videos. You can show your videos wherever you want to show them. Find a platform. There are other platforms where you can actually show them. All you got to do is promote your music and get out there and play live. Gain an audience. Do it the way they used to do it back in the days. Get one fan at a time and start building your network that way. Start getting people. If your music is good, if your product is good, people will come, but you got to tell them about it. And you're not going to do it by putting it on one of these platforms. It's just not going to happen. So went a little bit sidetracked there, but with Disney, all this kind of ties in the sense that AI um, still is in its early stages, and it's not regulated enough to protect those creators that have not reached that level of success yet, like a Dwayne Johnson and so on. So this is where the cross in the road has come. We're not, the crossroads right now are pretty solid. Everyone is solid right in that cross. They're not moving. They're not moving right now. They're trying to figure out which direction to go in. I'm sure there's a lot of legal lawyers sitting in offices trying to figure out how they can manipulate the system, how they can word it to fool actors, how they can, there's a whole thing now with a couple of the actors um, submission platforms where they get to submit. Now they're owning some of the images. Does that mean that they can use the images and sell the images to other production companies? So if I'm not available, they can still use my face legally. Or even if I am available, but they want to spend less, but they want to, share somebody's face. Is that going to happen? So this is part of where we are right now. It's still very shaky. There's a lot going on. and getting educated in it. And this is why I do this every morning and every evening on Sunday nights, is we talk about these things because it's important for us as creators to get educated, to know what rights we have, and not just for us, but for those that are coming after us. We need to protect those. We need to protect younger creators that are coming up, because then where are they going to go? If there's going to be nothing there, we're going to have a planet filled with robots creating our entertainment, and it's going to be hell. They're going to manipulate it. It's going to be just a horrible thing. We need humans. This is a ridiculous thing to say, but we need humans to be creating. We need spiritual humans. I'm a spiritual person. I believe we're spiritual beings. I believe that these bodies are just vessels, that we have a creative responsibility to the planet to make people feel good, to put out content that makes people think and make just elevates the awareness level of society. And that's what we do as creators. And I think it's important that we take that responsibility and we educate ourselves enough that then we can turn it over to the next generation, so then they can continue that path and continue the road, and we can continue to make the art that we were born to do. It's important. It's really important, and it's a responsibility. If you're a creator, you're responsible. You're responsible for the art. So every day that you're not creating something, every day that you say, well, what's the point? You're killing overall the art, the industry. If you were to double down and say, okay, I'm going to figure this out, and I'm going to go read some books, I'm going to go listen to some podcasts, I'm going to go, just educate myself, go read some articles, whatever it is, educate yourself. You're moving the needle forward for everyone. Believe it or not, believe it. We're a team in this industry. We're creators that move forward together as we develop systems and way to communicate and better ways to communicate. We operate together. So it's important that we do that. All right. Got to get off my soapbox a little bit here. I apologize for that. Every once in a while, I kind of get on this thing and I start, but it's important and it means a lot to me. And I want everybody to do well. And it's just, I was out yesterday shooting a project that I'm working on with someone here. And it was really hot, by the way. We had to cut it short. Everything was overheating, cameras, equipment, and all that. So, but it was so much fun, and I just realized how much I love just shooting and storytelling and trying to figure things out, and then watching the professionals' videos and watching these amazing professional actors that have been around for a long time, the Jack Nicholsons and Dustin Hoffmans, and I saw the clip with Helen Hunt the other day with Jack Nicholson, and it was so brilliant. I think I shared it on one of my platforms, and I just love that whole the performances, but I also love the camera work and how they operate. So it's just a wonderful thing, and I'm passionate about it, and that's why I do this. All right, friends. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning. I appreciate it. I will not be on tomorrow. Actually, I have some things in the morning that I have to attend to, but I will be. We will be back on Sunday night. George Batista and I will be back 7 p.m. Central for our show, and we have a great show planned for you. We'll have more on that in the next couple of what's today? So we'll have that tomorrow. You'll be able to. We'll have that already, or maybe later on tonight. And we hope to see you there Sunday night, 7 p.m. Central. It is live, so you can interact with us. You can ask us questions. You can make fun of my hat. Do whatever you want. It's all good, man. I love you. I love you. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful weekend. And I love you all. God bless you all. And as always, peace.